Today's topic is Transform Your Financial Future. We're going to talk about finances and what it means. This is a staff development program, and we want to make training available to everyone online. And if you have any questions or want any additional training, you're welcome to email us at fnotraining@gmail.com. We are a free and one training institute, and we provide training online to anyone interested. We make training available to everyone. As I talked about, today's topic is transform your financial future. When I say transform, I mean make a dramatic change. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make a dramatic change. And to help us make that transition, I want to tell you about From Ignorance to Literacy. This is a particular book that I read, and it just meant so much to me. This book is by David A. Wood. And I read it maybe about 10 years ago, but I still apply those principles because I am ever evolving like many of us. The book has 7 steps or 7 areas of discussion, and one of them is stewardship, earnings, spending, borrowing, giving, investing, and protecting. And this particular book really meant a lot to me as I read it because when I read the first chapter, stewardship, I probably spent 2 weeks just on stewardship. I was just so spellbound by the knowledge and the wisdom and how I lack so much in this area. And so it was just truly, truly a blessing to me. It is a faith-based book. If you're not interested in something like that, then I suggest that you do not read it because it's definitely peppered and salted with the Word of God all through the book. And I highly, highly recommend this book for reading because it made a dramatic change for me. My name is Dr. Yolanda Young Simmons. I am your instructor for today, and we're going to talk about transforming your financial future. And this is one of the books that I recommend. It's available on Amazon, and there's also a workbook that goes with that. And understanding money management and transforming our lives, we have to understand we have to have money management skills. It's not just about what you earn, it's what you do with the money that you earn. And that's what we need to discuss and talk about. Why does your finances matter so much? Why does your future finance matter? It has an impact on your future quality of life. It has an impact on everything you do. Money is a transferable object that we use for goods and services. But we have to realize that money has changed a lot. It's changed a lot since for many, many years. Now you have online purchases. You use your credit card much more than before. I remember in the times of my mother, they very seldom used a credit card. They didn't want their information out there. Now you're just tapping the machine and spend your money. Your money goes by faster. I want you to just stay aware and stay abreast and stay woke on all the activities that our future is having. And as you put your card out there to spend that money, you should be aware of what's happening in your lifestyle and what's happening in your community and what's happening to your money. Money has changed. It's not just a dollar bill. It's not just, making change because now they're just using cards. They're using cards and then they're taking it even a step further, not even using the card. You just take your card out and you tap it or you use your phone. I want you to stay woke on all the activities that matters to you when it comes to your money. And we have to learn to manage our money, learn actionable steps to take control of your finances and to secure your future. If you do nothing, that's a decision. That means you've done nothing and nothing will be rewarded to you for doing nothing. The only thing you'll get is a lack of planning, meaning you failed to plan. So I just want this to be an introductory session to understand that money does matter. And it doesn't have to be your top priority, but you have to include it in your lifestyle and what you do and how you do and what you do for the goals that you want to reach. So we have to understand that there's some steps to take. Create a financial plan. And when I say that, budget, track your income, have a goal, define short-term and long-term goals, have an emergency fund. And when I say that, track your income, let's just start there. You know, one of the things I did to track my income, I had several activities happening, and sometimes you just get caught up in life. But if you take the time to budget, and then you will see the reality of your spending. Sometimes you don't even realize how much you spent in the area. I remember I had a housekeeper and she would come once a week. And with that housekeeper, just an average, I was working all the time, so I wasn't always at home to take care of my home, but I wanted it clean once a week and sometimes once a month. But one day I sat down and I wrote down how much I spent for her. I put on the spreadsheet. And when I realized how much she had earned for a year, then the second year and the third year, I realized that I needed that money to be used in other areas, so I had to cut back and clean my own house. And that's just an example. You can use an example of whatever you spend. It could be eating out, it could be anything, but what you do, you track it. And the way you track it, you write it down, or you keep those receipts and you write it down, because evidence is when you see the evidence in your receipt. Another thing I've done in the budget is that I would just take a test on a particular thing, meaning let's track just this one thing. Let's just see how many times I eat out this week. Let me see how many times I eat out for a month. Just track it, and then you can make a wise decision on what you want to do. You may not want to stop your housekeeper, and that's fine. That may be very, very valuable to you and your time. I'm just saying it's good to know where your money is going. When you don't know where your money is going, it's going to fly away. So we want to have a goal. If you have a goal to maybe purchase a new car, have a budget, set a goal, and also always have emergency funds available. Manage your debt wisely. Be aware of what your debts are. Number one, be aware. Don't assume what that debt is. You have to be aware what it is, how much that debt is costing you. Also, strategy. Prioritize the strategy when it's possible. If something is a high interest rate debt, then create a strategy to get rid of it. Once again, if you don't plan, then you have failed to plan. Then whatever happens will happen without your involvement. And you want to be involved. You want to be aware. That's why I say stay woke. Avoid the pitfalls and dangers of excessive borrowing. If you can wait, if you can save the money for it, then take that. And number four, action. Create a debt repayment plan for something that you may owe. Maybe it was a high interest credit card. So you always have to manage your debt. In other words, manage your life and manage your debt. That's step two. And step three is invest in your future. Make small investments into your savings. Don't just take it for granted. Don't do any. Once again, I want to challenge you to do something. Make small investments into your savings. Look at that cute little picture. There's a girl that you have savings. She's saving for toys, and there's money for education. 3 different jars. Sometimes you might just need to have 3 different jars. Just prepare for your future, because you are your future. Pay yourself first. So whatever you do, when I say invest in your future, maybe have a little jar to say every paycheck I'll put $10 away, $15, whatever you decide. I'm not trying to count your money. I'm barely counting my own money. I just want you to pay yourself first, put yourself first, and not just pay all your bills where you have nothing saved for a rainy day, or maybe something saved for a vacation, maybe something saved for something that you've always wanted. And if you save for it, you didn't go in debt to buy it. So I want to encourage you to pay yourself first, and you have to figure out a way to do that, because you're important. important. So also enhance your financial literacy. Understand when I made the recommendation about the book. So do things to continually learn the importance of staying informed about the trends and the tools that we have available. And maybe resources, get books and this training that you're taking now. This is just a part one. We're going to go into a part two because there's so much information regarding financial literacy. But it's important that you the first step you do is make a decision to transform your way of thinking so that you are empowered with knowledge to do better and take action. Be committed to having a financial education where you are aware of your current financial stability, you are aware of where you stand financially, you also have goals that makes you happy. So I want to just tell you to take charge, call to action, implement those things that we just talked about. As a final thought, know that your future is in your hands. And if you water that plant, that money tree, it will grow. If you do nothing, nothing will happen. So in closing, I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for taking the time. As I mentioned before, I recommend the book Ignorance to Literacy by David A. Wood. Get a copy of that book. Get on the road to take action. If you have any questions or need any further information, feel free to contact me. I'm Dr. Simmons. You can email me at fnotraining@gmail.com. Thank you for letting me be of service. And I always believe that God uses ordinary people to do extraordinary things, and you may be just that one. Thank you for letting me be of service.